In my last video, I documented my first ever experience as a vendor in a crafter's market. I experienced a roller coaster of emotions, from feeling anxious and nervous in the beginning to happy and cheerful in the end. I'm so glad I went because it gave me a better idea of what to do on my future markets. And in this video, you will see the aftermath, which is mostly me cleaning up the mess I left in my crafts room. And then I'll also be covering more about what I think of the market. And just to quickly introduce myself, hello, my name is Christine and I own Elkie Crafts. I started a hobby with sewing cute things like bookmarks, book sleeves, coasters, and wristlets. And with it, I also started my YouTube channel not too long ago to document my creative journey to see where this life takes me. But for now, here's me dreading to face my crafts room for its overdue cleanup. Thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoyed this video.
Morning. I have them on a bundle, 2 for $20 for the 12 wristlet, bookmark, and the AirPods. So you can mix and match if you want to buy one. Thank you. These are my newer collection for the springtime. Coasters. Yes. They're $5 each. If you buy 2, it's $8.
I haven't even emptied out my bag yet from the market yet.
Oh, not yet.
Everything's still there, but I did show off my new posters last
Oh,
night,
yay!
so everybody was really impressed. How much are your posters?
They're $5 each. If you buy 2, it's $8.
I love posters.
Okay, perfect. Would you like a baggie? Would you like a little bag?
Sure. So then it's 20, right?
Yes, 8 and 12.
Do you do cash?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so very much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
When I got to the market, there were already a lot of people, but not too many. There were still some empty tables and people were setting up. It was really early, like 8. The setup time was 8:30. Market doesn't start until 10. So we had some time. I had so much anxiety. I was freaking out. I got in and the host greeted me. She asked for my name and my business name, and we found my table right away. And I got to my table. I was in the middle row of the market, which I liked. I actually don't mind it. At least I'm not by the entrance because that would be too much for me. And so I got there. I had, I was feeling anxious. I was watching other people doing their stuff too. And obviously I was nervous and a little anxious. I'm gonna switch to a better lighting. Right, so I got to the market, I got to the place, and I found my table. They helped me look for my table. I set up my stuff. I was nervous, but setting up my stuff helped me calm my nerves a little bit, redirected my focus, so it was good. And I already had my setup kind of ready in here, like on my table there, so I already knew what the layout was going to look like. I changed it up just a little bit because it was the table was 8 foot and the one I have is 6 foot. And so I did that. I had to use 2 white table covers that I bought from the dollar store, and that worked perfectly. I saw some other vendors use like a makeshift table cover, and some even didn't have any cover. So that kind of like lessened my worry a little bit because I thought like I would be too, I wouldn't blend in with the market. Everybody was just so professional. They have like a bunch of stuff in their carts with big displays and boxes and storages and stuff, and I'm like, I only have 1 bin. Which is fine. I was worried about not having enough items, honestly, and I really hope that people won't really buy my stuff a lot for my first vending, because I didn't go in there to expect to make a lot of money. I went out there to see what it feels like. I was testing the waters. I'd see how it feels to be out there generally, but I still sold some stuff. I'm happy about it. I just didn't want my table to look bare, but I guess that's on me because I just need to have a full inventory of my things. I settled in, I set up my stuff. That was fine. I met some eyes. They said hi and hello. I talked to some other vendors. I was able to look around very quickly, but I didn't get to thoroughly look everywhere because I didn't want to leave my table empty. So that was fun. For the most part, it was pretty stagnant. It's quiet. The market was from 10 to 2, very early in the morning on a Saturday. So there weren't a lot of people that went out. Also, it's snowing. It's not really a sunny day, so I don't expect people to want to go out in the slush of wet snow, but it's fine. You know, I got to feel what it was like for sitting there for 5 hours saying hi, hello, talking to people about my items and how it's all handmade by me. And they were complimenting me and stuff. So nice. Yeah, I got a couple orders. Thankfully, they were all able to pay cash because I don't have a card reader yet. And I don't know if I want a card reader. I did see some vendor tables that have e-transfer provided. I know it's a process, but it's my first time. I don't really want to invest on it right away. Maybe I should, but I don't know. I think for now, because I'm just starting, maybe the one for May, which is a couple months from now, from Mother's Day, I might consider getting a card reader because it's a holiday and I feel like people are kind of incentivized to buy stuff for Mother's Day. So I might consider a card reader for Mother's Day. Other than that, people just pay cash. I had cash ready on hand. I had coins and bills. I know how it works. I worked at a fast food as a manager before a long time ago, many years ago, okay? I know how much $5 bills to carry, $20 bill. I know people weren't gonna pay $100, and maybe if they did, I had a couple $50 bills on hand so I can break their 100, and I had some 20s to break a 50, and I had some 5s to break a 20. And I had coins on hand ready as well. There was no issues with cash. I had no bad interactions. There was nothing that I can remember that kind of iffed me out a little bit. If anything, it was just noting people's body language when coming to my table. And I understand because as a customer, before this, I love shopping around, looking around, browsing at crafters market, looking at cute things. I know what it's like. So I can tell where they're coming from if they're nervous. Not nervous, I don't think they're nervous, but when they're they don't want to socialize, they just want to look. I completely got that hint. Or when they want to socialize, and then I talk about it. And I learned to say goodbye and kind of wish them have a good day and stuff like that to close the conversation so it's not awkward. And yeah, it was great. I had a good time. Good first time crafters market. In terms of sales, I guess one thing I should talk about is that I think some people might find it awkward if they're sitting at their booth and like just looking at people. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. As a vendor, we are supposed to put ourselves out there. See, I know this from my customer service experience from before. You're supposed to be out there, and I know not to like be on my phone and look down and be like disconnected. When somebody comes by, like I look up and I say hi, hello, how are you? It is harder at times when people just pass by and you don't know, like, should I say hi? I think they're just passing by. I don't want to like lure them in when they don't really want to talk. I don't want to make it awkward. And I don't mind sitting there looking out and just smiling. It doesn't bother me, but I can see how that could, like, being put on the spot might be awkward for some people, or they might feel kind of silly doing that. But that's what comes with vending, I think. It's like you're a cashier, right? You have to like wait there for customers. That's exactly how it felt like for me. So I don't mind it. I think that comes naturally to me. So that's one important thing to know. Little things like that I think matters for some people. Halfway the market, I was drinking too much water. I was sipping a lot from my water bottle, and I think and halfway through the market I needed to pee badly, so I had to text my boyfriend to come kind of see me because he was gonna come by anyway to bring me lunch. And then he came by, sat on my booth because I had an extra chair with me. I went to go pee. He was just sitting there. I didn't want to pressure him, so I didn't make him sit there for a long time. So he was free to leave, and I was able to pee. Good Lord. Okay, so about the sales. Again, this market was from 10 to 2. It's only 5 hours. It's on a Saturday, and the weather isn't the best condition. But regardless, even though I wasn't expecting any sales, I still got some. And surprisingly, my bundle kind of clutched the day. Bundles are good, I guess. That would make sense. Bundles are good marketing practice. So a lady came by and she bought one scrunchie, and I only had one kind of scrunchie, and she bought that yellow one for $5. Two ladies came by my booth and bought a pink floral wristlet for $12 and one mustard wristlet for $12. And then a lady came by, she bought a bundle of a mustard vintage floral wristlet and a vintage floral bookmark. Because they're both $12 each, they're able to make that as a bundle. And then a lady bought 2 AirPod pouches. That was a bundle for $20. One person bought a bookmark for $12, and a lady bought a bookmark for $12 and 2 coasters for $8. So that's another $20. So if you add them up, 20, 20, 20, that's 60, 72, 77 plus 12, 77 plus 12, that would be 89. I made $89. I thought I only made, so I paid for the cost of the market. Great. So I did that. So that's how much I made for my first crafters market. Complete transparency. Let's do this. I gotta put them away because I don't have a crafters market until May 9th. case some of you guys are wondering, and this might like pain some of you guys, the reason why my wiring system is like this, it's a mess. I organized it at first, but because I had to move my computer multiple times in this room, this used to be by the window because I like the sunlight, but I moved it here because I'd rather craft with the natural light than, you know, work and looking at the screen and stuff like that. That's why I never fixed my wiring system. And I don't think I will do that anytime soon because, as you can see, my room, this is my crafts room, office room, and there's no, oh my god, don't look at that. There is no set layout. Like, everything's just kind of there. So until I figure out where I really want to put my stuff officially, I will then fix my wiring system. But please, just, I hate looking at it as much as you guys do. Just pretend it's not there. So that's the corner done, sort of. All my inventory is on the table, and just there's stuff underneath. I kind of just hid under. That's what this table is for, so I can hide stuff under. Now it's just is this mess. I need to figure this out. I can't put my printer anywhere yet. Actually, I might move this printer in the living room because whenever I print something, this plastic drawer just would move with it and it would wobble like this when it's printing, and I don't like that. It's not supposed to be there. I need to find an actual designated spot for it. My ironing board is from IKEA. It's the small one, so I do kind of squat on the ground when I need to iron my fabric. So yeah, don't judge me. That's gonna stay there. Okay, I'll get on with it.